Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls gathered here. Guys, Rodri is leaving Manchester City. I just posted a video a while ago talking about Man City, but this is massive. Rodri is heading back to Barcelona. He's heading back to Spain. He's heading back to Spain. He's leaving Man City. My God, this is unbelievable. Okay, Fabrizio Romano just posted a while ago that that Barcelona and Man City have reportedly agreed a 65 million pound deal for Rodri to head back to Spain. This is massive. This is incredible. Watching that Man City side today and losing somebody like Rodri, it's unbelievable. I can't understand this. I mean, we're talking about one of the best players, not just Man City. We're losing one of the best players we have seen in our generation. We talk about Rodri. This man has won everything. He completed football right in England. He has won everything. Everything. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. According to a report from Fabrizio Romano, he has agreed a four year deal with Barcelona, right? And then obviously 64 million pounds, 65 million heading back to Spain. Next to his family and family issues, we're talking about a legend. One of the best midfielders we have seen. I mean, I know we've seen Rod, we saw Vieira and Roy Keane and some of Frank Lampard and Giroud and all, but in our generation, somebody we watch day in and day out dominate games. This is unbelievable. I'm looking at the news. I can't believe this. This was just what, few hours ago after the game. I guess it was just announced. Oh my days! Wow! Oh my gosh! What is City gonna do? What is Man City gonna do at this point? We're talking about what, the best player they have ever had in their club history. I know they've had great players, but there's nobody on his level. We talk about somebody that has won everything. Okay, Premier League is going to lose one of the best players in the world. Rodri has won what? Ballon d'Or, Golden Ball, you name it. Premier League what? Four times in a row, back to back. World Cup, everything, everything. Euros, Champions League, League Cups, FA Cups. I can sit here and talk about how many trophies and how many accolades this man had accomplished for days. He's incredible, and for us to lose him, according to this report, oh my God. I mean, I seriously, I don't know where to go from here. So this is incredible transfer. Wow, Jesus, Man City, man. Listen, let me just say, Rodri. The news has been out there for what? For weeks now, for weeks and weeks since after the World Cup. Even before the World Cup, they will report that he was heading to Madrid. For some reason, that didn't happen. I guess Florentino Perez, because of ego, during the election, there was his opponent wanted to bring in Rodri. His opponent said they were going to do everything possible to bring in Rodri, and I guess because of his ego, that's why he didn't bring in Rodri, because he was initially linked to them. Because Rodri is actually from Madrid, because he was playing for Atletico before heading to Man City, right? So the option was for him to go to Madrid because they need somebody like him. But because of Florentino Perez' ego and just, I don't know what it is, he let Barcelona basically come in. And Rodri has 1 year on his contract. 1 year left on his contract. So this was always something that was going to happen, especially when Pep has left. That Man City team, Pep has left, John Stones left, Bernardo Silva has left. Some of the main guys have left. So this was an opportunity for Real Madrid to pick him up. But they watched him head to Barcelona now. And Barcelona needs somebody like him. 65 million pounds, 65.4 million euros. Oh my God, 4 year. City basically, I remember when City bought him, that was first season when Pep came or second season, I couldn't remember. This was 2019. They paid what, 62, 63 million back then. That was big money. He was a record signing for Man City at that time. And they pretty much getting everything back. Like almost, even maybe more. They pay 62.9 euros, 62.4 million, 62, somewhere around there. That was the value, and everybody was talking about it because at that time, coming from Atletico, he left Villarreal. He came to Atletico for a couple of seasons. He won the Super Cup, European Super Cup with Atletico at that's before he left. And then as soon after that Super Cup, Man City went in and paid 62, 63 million. And that was big money for City back then. We were like, wow. Okay. But if you look at everything since then, he has pretty much been one of the best players in England. Period. I don't even want to talk about Man City. In England, in general, he has been one of the best players. And looking at his transfer fee, he's 30. How about that for a transfer business, right? If you look at pure money wise, you pay 62 million, and after all these years since 2019, what is it? 7 years, 6 years, 20, yeah, almost 7 years. He has won so many things, everything that pretty much a footballer can win. He has won it, and you pretty much selling him back to Spain at 30, pretty much for the same amount of money. You would say, okay, I made profit, but you're losing somebody you can't replace. He is irreplaceable. I look at Rodri. Oh my gosh. Financially, it makes sense, but player wise, what is Man City gonna do here? Like before Man City even do this transfer, what was their plan? Was their plan to bring in Buadi? You can't replace Man. You can't replace Rodri. I'm sorry. This is one of the best players. He is the best players. He's the best player currently for me. He's one of the best player we have seen. And for now, we just saw what he did for Spain in the World Cup. Dominate. Like he made the game look so easy. How do you replace this? How? Where do Man City go from here? As a coach, Moresca, you're coming in, players like Anderson, players like all these young players are coming in and say, okay, we're going to have a season or two with Rodri before we know that one day he was going to head back to Spain or Saudi Arabia or MLS, wherever. But the hope was to play at least a season, play like Anderson, get an experience from Rodri. And now he's gone. He has agreed to join Barcelona for 4 years. Oh, my days. Man City, what do they do? I mean, I don't know. Sign another player, of course. You would think maybe that's why they brought in Anderson because they knew that Rodri has injury issues, but still, you bring in Anderson to play next to Rodri at least a season to solidify that midfield because Maresca is going to need that. With Pep leaving, somebody's experienced head are leaving, Bernardo Silva, Stone, you need somebody like Rodri to be there at least to help steer the ship a little bit because that team, looking at them today, they look finished. They look absolutely done because people talk about sometimes, the club have name. Yes, some clubs have aura, but also managers have a massive pool. Whenever you, as a player, you hear, okay, Pep Guardiola wants you, Arsene Wenger wants you, Sir Alex Ferguson wants you, Jurgen Klopp is looking for you. Play coaches like that. Unai Emery is looking for you. Somebody like the Ancelotti, they like you. Jose. These are coaches that have power, pride, pull. Like every player wants to play for this kind of coaches. But with Enzo Maresca, he's young. Obviously, not young age-wise, but in terms of coaching career, he doesn't have the same pedigree. You talk about as Pep Guardiola, some of these guys. So having somebody like Rodri, players going to be like, okay, you're going to be playing next to Rodri. You're going to be playing the team that Rodri and all these guys are in. You're going to be happy to come. But now, he's leaving. What do? I cannot believe this. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, you're going to bring in players like Boadi and players like that. But still, this man has dominated everything. Okay? He has dominated everything. From the midfield, he covers so many part of the field. He controls the game. The tempo when Rodri play is ridiculous. Last season, the season before, he had so many injuries. We saw how Man City struggled. Like literally, our whole defense was falling apart. But when he's in the field, when he's on the pitch playing, everything's under control. The tempo, the next pass, he covers the fullback. He picks up those tiny fouls, slow the games down. He slowed the game down. His aggression, the way his personality, you can't replace that with another player. You just don't get that every time. You don't. So even if you bring in Enzo, even if you bring in Enzo Fernandez, they are not the same player. Enzo Fernandez is not on the same level as Rodri. So you bring in cover, which you need definitely after watching them play today. They need cover. But to say they're going to replace Rodri, I don't think they will. I don't think even Maresca know in his mind that he's not going to be able to replace Rodri. What he's going to do, he's going to bring in cover that they need. I'm not talking about bringing in cover like Boadi. You need experienced cover. Somebody that have been there, somebody that plays in the league, somebody that is already a leader, somebody that players look up to, inspirational players, high caliber levels. Okay, that's who you're losing here. You're not just losing regular player here. You're losing a high level player. This is not players like Yossi Benayoun, players like Guendouzi or all those kind of stuff. No, you're losing world class level of players. So you're gonna have to replace them. You're gonna have to replace him. Who do you replace him with? It is a tough job for Maresca at this point. It's really, really difficult. I just don't know how you go in the market and look for a player at this level. And it's not at this level. You need a high caliber player with personality, players with aggressivity, players with control, players that changes everything. He's a leader, inspirational leader. This team is gonna need work. And losing him, there are players you can get for sure, but who? I can tell you a couple of names, or they're gonna cost you hundreds of millions of pounds. Yes, the immediate fix. It's not gonna be Boadi. It's not. Boadi is a future player. He's 19. He's gonna need, a year or two to settle in the league. So you need somebody that's already in the league, somebody that already control this kind of play, somebody that knows how to play in this kind of league, somebody that knows, the levels, somebody that is used to being this kind of chaos, because it's a chaos. Playing in the league week in and week out, Champions League. If you have Champions League game on Wednesday, you have games on Saturday morning down. You got to go to Fulham. You got to go to all these places. Sunderland, they've been waiting for you for weeks for you to come back and play. And they've been practicing. And without Rodri, you need players like Moise Caicedo. I know Elliot Anderson is the immediate fix because you would think, okay, he can control games. He can play multiple positions, but you need a player that break plays up. You already have Elliot Anderson can play that position as an 8 and that box-to-box midfield role. So you need somebody with a different personality. And Moise Caicedo, for me, he is one of the best players in his position. So that's the kind of guy Maresca is gonna need. I'm sorry, but I just don't see him fixing that issue that City is gonna have without Rodri. Rodri is irreplaceable. Rodri is the kind of player that does 2, 3, 4 people's job in the midfield. So you're going to need the same kind of player for them to improve, for them to be on the same level. Yes, they might still lose personality and control, but you bring in Moise Caicedo, he's going to cost you over 150 million. You go to Chelsea right now, they're going to want that kind of money. But you having him and Elliot Anderson, we absolutely fix that midfield. It will. In terms of players, in terms of, what they're going to have. Right? Power, physical ability, drive, defensive ability. So they both can do that job. It's pretty much like Declan Rice and Bruno G that we currently have. I don't know where City is going to go from here. As a fan of Arsenal, as a Gunners, I don't want to feel too sad for them because Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Pep Guardiola, these guys are the reason why we haven't won the league back to back yet. Remember 2 seasons ago before Liverpool won it, we were pretty much leading the league table for almost the entire season. And then at the end, we fell apart. Who was there? City. So they're used to winning the league. After us, we've played, we've tried. Everybody's calling us bottlers. Remember the name when we got bottlers? It's because of this guy. It's because of Rodri. He's seen it all. He knows how to win leagues. He knows how to win trophies. He knows how to play in these tough games, big games. He is a big game player. With him leaving for 65 million euros, you're not going to get anybody in world football for 65 million. You're not at his level. There are players, Kimmich, experienced, but different league, different personality, right? Maresca has huge job, man. I don't know where he's going to go from here. He's already under pressure. They're already calling for his head. Watching that City team play today, they are done. So now the fans already say Maresca out. This guy, he hasn't even played a league game yet. The pressure is already mounting. He spent all summer. If you know Rodri was going to leave, which I think they knew. Get another player. You could have went in and get somebody like Bruno G. I'm glad they didn't because we got him, right? We need somebody like that. Or go in Ali, Chelsea, say, how much is Moises Caicedo? Because Enzo Fernandez is going to do a job, but he's not going to be that defensive six. So they have a huge job, Moresca, right? I don't know where he goes from here, but at the end of the day, they're gonna have to find players that's gonna come in. They need a couple of wingers already. But in terms of that midfield, Rodri, incredible. What does this mean for Barcelona, guys? Barcelona needed somebody like Rodri. They need somebody like Rodri for years. For years. Even the season before, last season, they wanted to sign Zubimendi before we went and brought in Zubimendi. Barcelona went and picked him up. Barcelona wanted to pick him up, but we went in early. We got him early, and they regretted it. Barcelona, Real Madrid, they all regretted this, that we got Zubimendi. So now with Rodri being free, it's just gonna fix the Barcelona midfield completely. Now they become the favorite automatically. Feature crowd that you're gonna see. With Rodri just joining Barcelona, they become the favorite for Champions League, not just La Liga. I think La Liga is wrapped up. I don't care what anybody say. With Rodri in that Barcelona team, you have Rodri now at the base. You're gonna have Pedri, Gavi, Dani Olmo, you name it. There's so many players, so many young players, and Rodri is kind of used to playing with these guys. World Cup, Euros, Nations League. So he knows these kids. Some of these kids, and then Kobasi and all these guys behind him, he's going to basically manage that team. He's going to be like a second coach. He's seen it all. He's won everything. For 65 million, you cannot find a better 30-year-old in world football currently than Rodri. He is the best player in the world. He's going to win Ballon d'Or again, if anybody, believe it or not. He's too good. He's too good. So it's a good pick. But for City, you go, where? You have a game in 6 days. Now everybody know that no more Pep, no more John Stones, no more Bernardo Silva. Now you by yourself. Some of these guys that you still have, Doku and Semino and Haaland, these guys are still good players, but they need people behind them that basically facilitate everything. Somebody that just pushes them forward. Somebody that controls the game for them. Somebody that lay the ball on the platform for them. But with Rodri leaving, it's a massive loss, guys. It's a massive loss for the league, for Man City, for Enzo Maresca. I know out of favor, be like, okay, Rodri, out of respect, we have to let him go. And which is probably why they let him go. They had no choice, right? They did have a choice, but at the end, they have no choice. It's Rodri. He wants to leave, he's going to leave. Player power is too much. And he's going to go to one of the best teams already. Barcelona getting a player like that, it is over. It is over. So it's a massive loss for City, man. So what's next? What's next for City? I don't think there's the only place they can go. Get Fernandez, or you get Moises Caicedo. Your problem is solved. You bring in Boadi for a season or two. That is fine. But this news today that really that just this evening they just shattered everything. Like, absolutely. Look at this. I'm going to read this Fabrizio Romano news here. He says, exclusively, Rodri to Barcelona. Here we go. And we know what that means, right? They'll agree for Spanish midfielder to join Barcelona from Man City. All done for the former Ballon d'Or winner. Green light from Man City. My God. The least Barcelona bid. My G. Rodri has authorized Rodri to fly to Barcelona today, Monday, ahead of move being complete. Medical booked by Barcelona, and Rodri will sign a 4-year deal. Jesus Christ. 4-year deal until June 2030 this week. Fee worth 60 million fixed, 6 million easy add-ons, and of course 10 million difficult, which they're never gonna get from Man City, right? But guys, this is what happens when you let these guys run their contract down to one more year, and you don't have no more control. Rodri will sign a 4-year contract at Barcelona this upcoming week. It will be valid until June 2030. Barca have started planning travel medical for both Rodri and Joao Cancelo. They're signing Cancelo as well. So yeah, for City, man, it is over. It is over for Man City at this point. They're gonna have to rebuild again because at this point, you look at losing Rodri, there's gonna be a massive effect, right? Because if City don't improve drastically, just like pretty much the same way they were last season or the season before, you're gonna start looking at players like Haaland. What do they do from here? They're gonna start thinking about their future, right? And you have a couple of players there. Rander's left already too. So you're a thing in that midfield. Yeah. Guys, let me know. Rodri is a massive loss. He's won everything. Like I said, for Man City, for Spain, for everybody. Everybody know him already. So for him to just leave at this point, in the situation that City is currently in, it's pretty much going to look like a rebuild. So this makes easy. Arsenal, come on, Gunners. We got to win this at this point, right? So yeah, let me know in the comment below, guys. What do you think about City? Where do they go from here? Who did they replace Rodri with? What do Moresca do? He's already under massive pressure. Just one Community Shield game. They were awful today. Terrible. I mean, yeah, they created a few chances, but not good enough. And pressure is already building. What does it do? Replace Rodri with Fernandez, 120 million pounds. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money. But again, guys, that's all for me on this Rodri news. We can't wait to see what Man City does next. Their next move is only going to be, we already know, it was going to be Boadi and Fernandez. So if that's what it is, we're going to find out this week. Otherwise, they're in a big, big, big trouble if they don't sign somebody to replace Rodri. Let me know down in the comment below, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.